different story. The Angels' bats pounced on A's pitching. The defense was not at its best, and in the end, it was a 14-1 victory for the Halos. Tonight, Sonny Gray will look to get back on his game as he faces the Angels for the first time in 2015. It's Game 3, A's-Angels, coming up next. It is another very comfortable night for baseball here in April. We are in Anaheim, and we are getting set for Game 3 of this 4-game series. The pitching matchup has Jared Weaver on the mound for the Angels. Sonny Gray will pitch for the Athletics. Each team has won a game so far in this series. Game 3 is coming up. It's the Oakland A's and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. You'll see it right here on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another night of Oakland A's baseball. Along with Ray Fossey, I'm Glenn Kuiper. Sonny Gray makes his 4th start of the year, and Ray's pitching like an ace. Yeah. He's really been good in all 3 of the starts so far.
Even his last start, Glenn, whenever you're looking at what he did against the Kansas City Royals, he pitched okay, gave up a lot of ground balls, and after the game he said, I wouldn't change a thing. And you can look at his numbers so far this year, but he could have been a lot better with regard to the record. He's 1-0, but he's pitched against the Angels before. He's done great against the Western Division teams in the American League, and that's exactly what the A's want because they played them so many times. But it's a little bit different in who he's facing tonight. But Sonny Gray has a good fastball, good curveball. We know what he's capable of doing.
So he's pitching like an ace. Jared Weaver is not, Ray. His ERA is over 6. He has not looked good in his first 3 starts. Ball's right in the middle of the plate, and he's getting hit.
It's all about velocity, and he really does not have very much. It's in the low 80s, and you can see what the Royals did against him. You see some of these pitches, not surprised they're ending up in the seats. A hanging breaking ball. Kendrys Morales just waited for it, and it's just a matter of him having to hit the location. We talk about crafty left-handers. How about a crafty right-hander? And that's what he's going to try to do tonight. He's going to try to change the eye level, pitch down in the zone, up in the zone. He's made a lot of starts against the Athletics, different players, but he knows how to pitch at this level.
All right, so 2 more games left on this long road trip for the A's before we all head home. Why not head home with a couple of wins? Right. A's will try to do that starting tonight. Sonny Gray and Jared Weaver is your pitching matchup for Game 3 of this series. When we come back to the Big A, we will have lineups and first pitch. It's all coming up next.
is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Jack's hottest sandwich is back. Head to Jack in the Box for Jack's Blazing Chicken Sandwich. By Toyota, #1 in MPG, durability, and resale value. Toyota, let's go places. And by DraftKings.com. Play daily fantasy baseball for free on DraftKings.com with the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Enter promo code SLIDER for free entry.
Angels taking the field for Game 3 of this 4-game series here at the Big A in Anaheim. A's won on Monday night, Angels won last night, and there's one more to play after tonight. That'll be tomorrow late afternoon. Game time weather for tonight is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission is free. Visit online for park hours at beachboardwalk.com. Another comfortable evening. Cool off a little bit as the night goes on, but 63 degrees. So the A's wearing the traditional road grays tonight, with the Angels wearing the traditional home whites. Here's the lineup for the A's. Starts with Sam Fuld in center. Then Canna in left. Vogt will catch. Butler will DH. Davis at first. Reddick in right. Lowry's at third. Sogart's at second. And Simeon is your shortstop.
And Jared Weaver making start number 31 against the Athletics, as he has pitched and stayed in this uniform throughout his career and hopes to be there the remainder. 4 home runs allowed. I think we showed about 3 in our open. 0-2 record, inflated earned run average. Velocity is low. I think what the A's have to do tonight is be patient. Do not look for too much. And the thing that Darren Bush said, and it's very true, he'll raise the eyesight. I mean, he'll lower and raise, and the fastball up in the zone seems much quicker and faster when he does elevate it.
So Sam Fuld digs in, and we're set for baseball from Angels Stadium of Anaheim. We call it the Big A. First pitch of the ball game is high to Fuld. Fuld, Canna, and Vogt, first 3 hitters in the A's lineup. Early season numbers for Fuld, hitting right at 300, 4 RBIs. And he lines one to left, and that's a base hit. So second pitch of the game, and Fuld is aboard.
83 miles per hour, and that might have been his fastball.
Defensively for the Angels, it'll be Cowgill in left, Trout in center, Calhoun in right, Freese at third, Ibar at short, Giovitella at second, and Pujols at first. Iannetta is your catcher. So you mentioned the velocity, Ray, and there's been a lot of back and forth here with Weaver as far as his velocity this year. It's low. And how much should be made of the lack of velocity with Weaver?
A lot.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I understand the argument like, hey, velocity isn't everything, but he's down to 83, 84 miles an hour. And even last year, Ray, I think he had a terrific season last year. He was 86, 87, 88. Now you drop down 3 miles per hour, and it's early yet.
But it does change a lot, and we've seen Barry Zito with the time he was with the A's in 06 and then went across the Bay, and his velocity just constantly and just consistently started to drop. And one of the biggest things it does, and Jared Weaver, like any pitcher, is going to have change-ups and different types of pitches. The lower your fastball velocity is, you have to drop the velocity of your changeup. You can't have the differential be so much smaller, because hitters essentially can say, I'll sit fastball or sit for a changeup, get a fastball, I can still hit it because velocity is not there.
Breaking ball, and Canna went around.
See, that's what he's going to do. And I think in this lineup, and Canna, of course, being a rookie, then you've got some veterans in this lineup, but the patience is the key. He may, in the case of Canna, do what he just did. He's not going to pitch and throw fastballs counts. He's going to throw a lot of different types of pitches, and especially if somebody doesn't know it.
Pitch out. Well, last year, Weaver was 18-9 with a 3.59 ERA, and he threw 213 innings. So the velocity, last year, average fastball 85.7. But that's a fairly significant drop. And I think the 85 to 83 is what is, well, maybe has people concerned a little bit with the Angels. But like I said, last year he pitched at 85 and had a very, very good year. 3 starts into this season, it has not been so good.
Mike Butcher's a pitching coach, long-time pitching coach, and you can see the slow ride. That's a good Good call there.
There's that breaking ball.
He's not thrown a strike to him yet.
Nope, he hasn't. Lowest average fastball from 2014. So he was able to win with that.
And you know what's interesting? Ike Davis, who pitched the 8th inning last night for the Athletics, and 1, 2, 3 inning. But the one thing he said, my velocity was under the average, which means that he had success because guys look for more. Well, Jared Weaver tonight is under the average also, because
Gaylord Perry's theory, right?
That's exactly right. He said you never want to throw your fastball the same as the average. You always want to be above or below, not in the average in the middle.
2-2 to Canna. Fold run, swing and a miss, throw to second base is not in time. A strikeout and a stolen base for Sam Fold.
And another slider. And not surprising. So good jump by Sam Fold, going on the 2-2 pitch, head down all the way. And still think whenever you see in middle infield that pitch out of the strike zone, but look where Givatelli is catching the ball. If he straddles the bag, it's a much different story. And when you're, I know Mike Gallego, they're looking at it. I guess going to challenge it. Wow.
Yeah, they are. Mike Scioscia's coming out. Can't imagine what else they'd be.
Yeah, that's.
All right. And maybe the concern for the A's is that Sam Fold, you see that runner sometime come off the bag. And Givatelli was able to hold the tag. And that coming off the bag, even if it's for a split second, has really become a big part of the replays on tag plays.
Yeah, and he stayed with the tag. And even though he took the ball in front of the bag, by the time he went the feet first slide and then popped up, there's a lot of movement with the base runner hitting the bag.
Well, and we talked a lot about it last year, Ray. I think what replay and that popping off the bag with the slide, even for a moment, I think it's changed the way middle infielders have to go about their business. I think you got to hold the tag.
Well, he does, and he keeps going. And see right there, if he comes off the bag and he's tagging him, then that's it. So
he was off.
Yep.
See if Givatelli holds the tag.
Did he push him too? I mean, that's something that an infielder do. They'll push and keep pushing. And even though he's holding the tag, he also is pushing a base runner. We've seen all middle infielders and even third baseman do that.
So Fold did come off. The question is, was Givatelli, did he have that tag on the backside of Fold?
Meanwhile, Mark Canna, I hope, learned a lesson, because all the pitches, he got 5 pitches and not one was a strike. He kept swinging at the sliders, and you just have to be patient, because you can sit on the slider and you get the fastball, you can still hit it. Everything's okay until right there. Now, was he tagging him, or was the glove underneath him a little bit? Was he not tagging? Called him safe.
Really safe. So, and they have more shots than we do, obviously, more replays.
Scioscia just going berserk.
It didn't look like, to me, like you could tell for sure that his glove was touching Fold's backside. Fold definitely came off the bag.
Say he won last night, and he said that's a joke. Well, so under the guidelines, he lost his challenge, right? He's lost the challenge. Okay. And that's last night when he did it and he won. It was huge because his second baseman, same guy who made the tag at second, and kind of gave the indication that he had tagged him, and I think Scioscia went with that. So the A's catch a break there, maybe, because it was really kind of inconclusive as to whether he was off the bag, or, like you said, Kai, whether his tag was actually there or not. That's probably the biggest issue.
So Vogt steps in. Hot hitter, 349, 4 homers, 12 RBIs. See where he ranks in the American League in those categories. So great start for Stephen Vogt.
See how he's taking those curveballs? I mean, when we showed, and there's a great shot in our open, the guys had Kendrys Morales hitting the curveball. He actually started, put the front foot down,
and then stopped,
yeah. Still hit the home run. So that's what you can do as a hitter.
That one in for a strike, 83 miles an hour.
Got a home run, a double of his 3 hits. Right now, a base hit would be great to get the A's on the board in the first inning.
Good changeup there, 75 miles per hour, well placed, sinking down and away to Vogt. Vogt 1 for 5 last night. And he hits that one hard, but just foul.
June the 11th last year, Stephen Vogt, first home run of the season, came against this man, Jared Weaver, high fastball. And Weaver gave it up. Stephen Vogt. We believe in Stephen Vogt. And he got it then, and he didn't start the season with the A's. As Bob Melvin said, the biggest and hardest decision he ever had to make was telling Stephen Vogt he didn't make the club. But that's a time when the A's eventually had 4 catchers in the lineup at the same time.
2-2 pitch, a shot, base hit. Calhoun plays it on a hop, and they're going to hold up Sam Fuld as the ball tips off the glove of Pujols. So Calhoun, who has a very strong arm, and the ball got to him quickly.
Off-speed pitch, and Stephen Vogt, 2-strike hitting all over it. And Sam Fuld had to hold up, and because he did not know if the ball was going to reach him in the air, he being Calhoun, because remember, Sam has been robbed a few times by right fielders playing extremely shallow, and I think he looked out and saw Calhoun also was doing that.
So Butler with an early chance here, 1st and 3rd. Butler 375, couple of home runs, 6th best batting average in the American League so far. And the first pitch, a little cut fastball, high strike called 0-1. Mike Davis in the on-deck circle. Picked out of the dirt by Iannetta.
A backhanded pick on top of that, which is pretty good hands by Iannetta. Donovan Bees, 29, this being the 30th at bat. So that means both have been around quite a while, and especially not the same division under the new guidelines.
And that one hit high down the left field line. Towering shot, but foul. Impressive foul ball.
See how long Billy Butler waited and still was quick. Angels playing back for double play. They know if they can get Billy Butler to hit the ball on the ground, they have a chance to turn 2. Billy Butler trying to at least get it in the air deep enough, or even better than that, over the fence or for a hit himself.
That slider down and away.
Okay, one of the things that Jared Weaver, he's smart enough to know if he can get hitters to chase pitches out of the strike zone, that's going to benefit him the most, and that's what happened with Mark Canha. Sure, Darren Bush and the veterans on the bench talking to Mark Canha about being patient and trusting your hands and your strength, not to try to go after the ball, let it come to you.
Two pitch, cutter down and away.
Like it's supposed to be a front door cut fastball with Iannetta moving inside, and see where he's set up and where the pitch is. It's a good take by Billy Butler.
So full count.
It's a good time to send Stephen Vogt maybe to try to stay out of double play if the ball is hit on the ground. We'll see if Bob Melvin opts to do that.
Vogt runs, and Butler fouls it right side.
One of the best ways to try to avoid a double play, and that's to start the base runner. The A's have seen that a couple of times already this year, where They're playing back, but the count of 3-2, and the base runner is on the move. Usually has to be a hard hit ball for it to be a double play with the runner at first on the move. Confidence the hitter to make contact.
Quick throw. Vogt gets back. So Vogt was on the move. See if he goes again. He does not run this time, and it's tapped slowly to third. Freeze charges. He's going to go to first to get the out there. Fold comes in to score, and the A's grab an early 1-0 lead.
That is great base running by Sam Fold, going on contact. And a lot of times you'll see a base runner that slowly hit ball will not run because it's going to be tough to turn a double play. But Sam Fold on contact, all Freeze could do on this curveball was throw to first and get Billy Butler. If Sam Fold is not breaking as soon as the ball was hit, it's not going to be a double play, but he's also going to be out at the plate because that's the direction Freeze would have gone. Instead, the only play he had was go to first and made a good play out of that anyway.
So now Vogt is at second for Ike Davis. Ike Davis cues one down the third base line. Freeze dives for it, is able to keep it in the infield, and that saved a run, but it's a hit, just a cue shot, and it rolled right down the third base line.
That's a great description. Give me some chalk for the cue stick.
It was a serious cue shot.
Freeze made a great play because this ball gets past him. The A's have another run. So Freeze just kind of smothered the ball. Vogt, all they can do is stay at first or at third. Well, you go from pitching a 1-2-3 8th inning to cueing the ball off the end of the bat. You're first at bat the next night.
So Reddick steps in, a chance for more for the A's. First pitch, high strike called, 83 miles an hour. 258 for Josh, a homer and 5 RBIs. Blocked nicely by Iannetta. So 23 pitches in the first inning for Jared Weaver. He's got a run and 3 hits so far. That one stays high, and the count is 2-1.
So about 68, 69 miles an hour.
68.
Wow.
And reached for, hit in the air to shallow left. Cowgill grabs it, side retired. A run on 3 hits for the Athletics, so it's 1-0 A's after a half an inning. Gray goes to work against this lineup for the Angels. Calhoun, Trout, Pujols, Freese, Ibar, Joyce, Cowgill, Iannetta, Giovitella.
Sonny Gray has not made as many starts against the Angels as Jared Weaver has against his ball club, but this young man is going to make a lot of starts in major leagues, and he is, at least the A's are very fortunate to have him in the green and gold. Fourth start for Sonny Gray, and with a little bit more run support, he could have that 3-0 record instead of 1-0, but pitches very well. And every day we know his pitching day, his game face is on.
Yep.
Don't even say hello to Sonny Gray because he is ready to pitch. I think the preparation mentally for him starts the day or after the previous night's game.
First pitch, Sonny Gray to Calhoun is low. Sonny won on opening night and then got a no decision against Seattle, and then the no decision at Kansas City on Friday. He allowed a career-high 11 hits in that start, but when he left after 6 innings, the game was tied. So he did his thing, even though he maybe wasn't quite as sharp as usual, but he kind of grinded through that game, and A's had a chance to win it when he left. 1-1 to Calhoun, who had the big night last night. Calhoun was 4 for 5. 3-run homer, and he scored 3 runs. So he was 0 for 5 Monday, 4 for 5 last night. Cole Calhoun, overall hitting .293. His home run last night came off a left-hander, Fernando Abad. Jumped on it.
Yeah, hanging curveball. I asked Bob Melvin about his curveball. Remember, he's developed the cut fastball. And sometimes when a pitcher has a new type of a pitch, slider or cutter, maybe it affects the curveball. In that case last night, and Bob Melvin doesn't think, or he's just concerned because he did not want to see a lefty have the success that Calhoun did, because he does not want that to get in the back of Abad's mind.
That one got a piece of Stephen Vogt.
Straight back, the foul ball got him on the right, that right toe. My goodness, that's a surgically repaired right foot, and he said that it always seems to find that area. He has the shin guard that extends over the foot. Yeah, put it over there, Steve. Still say catchers should wear steel-toed shoes. Forget about the running. Just protect the toes.
1-2 pitch, and Calhoun tries to hold up, and he can't. So Marty Foster says you went around, and Sonny Gray gets a strikeout.
Oh, very aggressive Calhoun, as he's shown in the at-bat, and this one he just starts, and well, you can see even that shot, and if you get a side shot, you'll see how the bat head crossed the plate, and it does that, and that's what the umpires will look at, just to see what the bat head is doing in relationship to the home plate. And watch the bat head right there. See that? He brings it back kind of in a loop, but that is a swing as far as the check swing is concerned.
Here's Trout. He takes low. There's your umpires. Mike Malinsky is the home plate umpire. Winners, Wegner, and Foster. Foul. A's come in with a 7-8 record. The Angels are 6-8.
If you look at this matchup right now, Mike Trout and Sonny Gray, that's got a chance to be a matchup for quite a few years. 2 young players. Sonny Gray 25, Mike Trout 23, and same division. It's almost like King Felix Hernandez. Facing the Mariners 19 times, you're going to see him 5, maybe even 6 times.
Fouled again. Trout is 4 for 14 with a couple of home runs in his career. Also 6 strikeouts against Sonny Gray. Figure alone last year, Gray made 4 starts against the Angels. I mean, that's probably 11, 12, 13 at bats right there in Sonny Gray.
Got him on August the 22nd last year at home. Curveball. Tries a little bit late on the fastball, almost like he's looking curveball from Sonny. He's yet to throw him one. Fastball in.
So this is the home run Ray's talking about.
And watch the curve and watch it go. Got him at the bottom part of the strike zone. Yeah, Sonny, that's a great pitch. I don't blame you for reacting that way, because
pretty good.
It was a great curveball and a biting 12-6 curveball, but tried it so strong, got under it and drove it instead of hanging on top of it.
Good breaking ball there, and Trout strikes out. A couple of strikeouts to start the game for Sonny Gray.
Fastball and miss, looked like he slipped and came back with this, and that's a very good, really almost like a curveball. It is a curveball right over the top. You can see the rotation. So for him to start it outside that way, go straight down, almost like a splitter, but 12-6 curveball. I'd say he's a 2-pitch pitcher, but that slider, change up a little bit, the cutter, just a great assortment for this young man.
Close pitch there, call the ball.
Look at 84% of fastballs and curveballs, and then the cutter is also just enough to put in the back of the mind. The slider a little bit bigger break.
Pop up on the infield, actually into short right field, where Sogard is there. He's got it side retired. Good inning for Sonny Gray. We're on to the second. The A's with an early 1-0 lead. By McDonald's, May 2nd of 2012. Jared Weaver pitches a no-hitter against the Twins. He did it right here at Angel Stadium. He allowed just a couple of base runners. And then was a pass ball after a strikeout, and then a walk in the 7th. And this is your final out.
Watch the look on that. That's a great look, Jared Weaver. I did it. I did it.
He was a 20-game winner that year, and he's got a no-hitter on his resume.
A homegrown product, too. And he says the great thing about playing for the Angels, his parents are here watching every game he pitches because he lives in the area. And I think I heard Victor or Gooby next door yelling, saying, "Mr. Weaver, Mr. Weaver." So he must be down there someplace that he was yelling at him, trying to get his attention. But
born in Northridge, went to Newport, or lives in Newport Beach. There
they are.
The Weavers.
The Dream Weavers, as they call them.
Went to Long Beach State. Signed a long-term deal, and the Angels have him signed through next year.
Yeah.
So this year, next year. He's 32 years old, and he's been a terrific pitcher for a long time. Good breaking ball, 2-2. His career record is 131-71. That's pretty darn good. He never had a losing season in the big leagues. 2-2 pitch to Laurie. Fastball's popped up right center. Trout hustling in. And it's that time of day where the ball could be, for a little bit anyways, off the bat. Tough to see. It's not quite dark yet. So that's one out. No hitters in Angels history. Nolan Ryan has 4. Bo Belinsky, 1962. Clyde Wright. Ray, you remember Clyde Wright.
Yeah.
Mike Witt. Santana in 2011. Weaver in 2012.
Mike Witt's perfect game. I think that was the final day of the regular season, which they said is always the day that you'll pitch no hitters in perfect games. That is on the last day when everybody wants to go home, especially if you're not going to go to postseason. I mean, that's impressive. You see Nolan Ryan, we saw it in Houston. You'll see it in Arlington, Texas. Retired 3 places. Of course, Rod Carew retired also in Minnesota. Great Twins player. I believe Rod Carew is the only player to win a batting championship without hitting a home run.
Huh.
He was that good. He could have hit probably 25, 30. Yeah. Exactly. But a great, great hitter. Hit the ball, the old saying, hit it where it's pitched. Yeah, Clyde
Belinsky.
Oh, yeah.
Clyde Wright.
Well, Clyde Wright works for the Angels. He does PR. As a matter of fact, he was in the press room and on his way to a meet and greet. And he has stayed with the Angels for many, many years.
In the hole, Ibar's going to show up that strong arm. In the dirt, Pujols digs it out. Pujols picks it clean.
Now, if you go watch the baseball as we did, as we're going to Ibar, looks like it changes direction. Looks like it's going to the hole, and then right there came right back to him. The backhand, and I guess he wanted to test Albert Pujols, but had the backhand. He's got the strong arm, but had the ball bounce far enough out in front of Pujols. But I think it changed direction, kind of went back to him. Did not have to go as far in the hole as maybe he thought.
So 2 away. Here's Marcus Semien hitting .236 with a couple of home runs. Got a couple Gold Gloves, does Albert Pujols, back in his St. Louis days. There's that big curve, drops in there for a strike. Semien is 1 for 7 in this series, and of course that was a home run. Ibar juggles, and he's not going to be able to get a throw off. Semien runs too well. It was going to be a close play, even if he did get a throw off. So it should be a hit for Semien.
That's the old play right there, and it's a smart play when an infielder doesn't throw the ball, takes a chance of making an errant throw and putting a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Instead, he concedes the base hit. Marcus Semien showing off that great speed, hustling down the line. That's a big hit for him, just to kind of get him going, keep him going, especially against the veteran pitcher. Weaver, we know, can make guys look silly. So that's good for Marcus to get on base, and Sanford can find a gapper, show off Semien's speed even more.
Fold single, stolen base, run scored in that first inning. Got things going with a line drive to right field. Semien goes, throw to second base, not in time. Another stolen base for the A's.
Good take by Sam Falk, giving him a chance to steal. And another great jump. This kid can fly. Look at his speed. And that's a feet first slide. No chance of him popping off the bag on this one with Ibar out in front, keeping the tag on him, but he had to take the short hop.
The A's now with 9 stolen bases as a team. That one rolled right side. Pujols has to hustle back, get the throw from Giovitella. He does. Side retired. Runner stranded. Bottom of the second coming up. It'll be Freeze, Ibar, and Joyce. A's lead 1-0. Help you save energy, money, and the environment. Visit pg&e.com. PG&E, together building a better California. David Freese to lead it off. And the first pitch is a fastball inside corner called strike. If you've never been to Angel Stadium of Anaheim, out in front of the main entrance, there's two giant Angel caps. And I mean giant. So it would be an easy meeting place. You say, let's meet at the caps, meet at the hats.
And it's the biggest joke. There are some players who said that's a perfect hat size for you. And those are monsters.
Yeah, it's not funny.
No. You got a big head, big hat, but those are big hats.
Those are big hats, yeah. Two of them right out in front of the main entrance.
But you're right about, because you can just say, look for the caps. Look for the Angels.
Right. Cannot miss them. The caps and the big A out in the parking lot are very distinctive.
Which the old stadium, it used to be a little bit more noticeable, like just beyond the outfield. That's the big hit,
big hat. There's two of them out there. Reach for and foul over to our right.
It's amazing. I looked at those caps like that. That means Birdie, hurry. And when I took those photographs of that movie, video of that, just like Stephen Vogt, when Sam Fold made the great catch in center field, the LA Times with him stretched out had Stephen Vogt makes a diving catch. Yeah. It's amazing how quickly he got rid of the gear, ran out to center, made the catch, and came back behind the plate.
Unbelievable. To the gap, and that's going to be trouble. It's going to one-hop the wall. Reddick grabs it, gets it in quickly. Freese hustling for second, head first slide, and he's in there.
I'd say a pretty good idea to try to pitch Freese inside, because he likes to go the opposite field, especially with a fastball away. Hit a couple of hits that direction last night. He got jammed with a base hit on Monday night with a 2-run single in the first inning, and this is a solid double and a fastball away. And Josh Reddick showing off the strong arm, but Freese hustling.
You know what, Ray? That's David Freese when he's at his best. He's not a huge power hitter.
Right.
He's really more of a gap guy, a doubles guy. Most home runs he's hit is 20, and that was just one time. Even last year, just 10 home runs in 134 games, but he will find the gaps. So Ibar will try to get him over. And now it's